I'm here with Gukesh, who just threw his game against Fabiano Caruana. Gukesh, usually I start from the beginning, but today I'm going to start right from the very end. It was an interesting game, but then it ended quite suddenly, I think, for a lot of the fans in a move repetition. So maybe can you tell us what you were thinking in the final moment? Did you think about playing on? What was going on there?
Yeah, sure. So I think like around here, I thought bishop f3 was a clever move because I was threatening knight b3. I mean, I'm threatening knight b3 because here he'll go knight e4, queen c1, queen f6, and I couldn't see a clear way to make progress. Like if I go bishop f3, knight f8, and queen g6, and g4 stuff if I take on e4. So I thought I play bishop f3 first, and then he found this bishop e4 idea, which was probably quite strong because now knight e4 should just be fine, and was considering for a long time about playing bishop g4, and he also thought this was the way to keep the game going, but I was not sure about knight g4. Maybe queen g4 was a better try, like something like queen g4 f5, queen d1, queen f6, and yeah, maybe
I think it's because of the delay you just came finished.
maybe I should have tried this one, but I was mainly during the game I was thinking knight g4, h4. Then after knight f8, f3, bishop g6, I thought it could only get risky for white. So yeah, I mean
It made me think, during the World Championship match, everyone talked about how you always played on in all kinds of positions. Is that something that you gave some thought to during the last month when you were playing? Do you think maybe people misunderstood what was happening in the match, that you weren't, playing on for the sake of playing on every time? What's your thoughts on that? Do you feel you're quite objective in your decision making, when to make a draw or when to play on?
Yeah, I think in general I don't I mean, in the World Championship it was also part of the strategy that I keep the game going as long as it's not like just losing for me. So, but both the games where I refused the repetition, I just misevaluated the position. So it was partly that, but yeah, here I did see some risks for me in this position, because I did want to play bishop g4 as I mentioned, but I just evaluated that it might be more risky for me. So
it was a sharp position. Did you expect Fabiano to play something, pushing the pawns on the king's side? Maybe we can go back a bit in the game.
I mean, all this is theory. I guess we both remembered some details vaguely.
Queen d1, I think, was the new move. Was that an idea of yours?
Yeah, queen d1 I remember from the notes. At least the idea, maybe not the exact position, but I was aware of this idea. And yeah, I mean, all these plans are quite well known. I think, this bishop f5, after bishop f5, queen a4 is the critical continuation. And yeah, I think all this, although not played too much, I think it's common knowledge. And yeah, it was a sharp position. I guess both of us couldn't find a way to make progress.
And a hard-fought draw. You talked about strategy during the World Championship match. I can hold this one, thank you. During the match, you had a defined strategy. How about a tournament like this one, Tata Steel Chess Tournament? Do you come into the tournament with a defined strategy of like, okay, I will target maybe the lower-rated players or the players who are struggling in the tournament, or is it just show up every game and, do your best?
I think it was different in the match because, you had like 7 months to strategize, 6 or 7 months to strategize, and it was only against one opponent. Here, I think it's just about, also in the match it's the same, but here it's more about just coming to every game with I think good mood and just trying to play good chess.
Can you tell us a little bit about how and who with you are preparing here in Wijk, if it's not a secret?
Yeah, as always, Gayu is working with me. He's not present in Wijk, but obviously we are working together.
Speaking of your helpers, of course, Hare Krishna and Vincent were part of the team. You will be facing both of them in the tournament. Will those be special games or just business as usual?
Yeah, I mean, once I like get to the board, in general, I don't really care about the opponent, if it's a good friend or anyone. So it'll be just business as usual. But yeah, I mean, we've developed a close bond over the years, and I'm glad they're playing this tournament.
And finally, when we last talked 2 days ago, you had just flown in a few hours earlier. Now it's day 3. How do you feel you've settled into Wijk and the tournament routine?
Yeah, the first day I was feeling a bit sleepy, but now I'm fine. I had time to get some good rest, and also it was helpful that I'd spent like 2-3 days in Delhi before coming to Wijk, because I got adjusted to the kind of adjusted to the climate, because it's super cold here.
Is that still a struggle for you, the weather here?
Yeah, I mean, coming from Chennai, it's like a struggle to be in -degrees, but okay, I'm used to this. So yeah, and about how I feel quite rested, and yeah, looking forward to the next games.
Fantastic. Well, we're also looking forward to your next games. Thank you so much for your time and best of luck.
Thank you.